for a very generous community that donates monthly to what we do here at DeKalb Central.
Yes, thank you to all of our donors. Okay, item H, report of the superintendent.
All right, we do have the Northeast Indiana Special Education Cooperative, it's the Joint Services Agreement revision. The board approved this joint service agreement last year, and it was for a 5-year term. We did have a departure of one of the member school districts, so there were some revisions that the co-op director, Katie Oder, felt needed to be made and then taken back to all the partner corporations to make sure that everything is accurate in the agreement. The agreement would still be valid through June 30th of 2029. I've just asked the boards for consideration to approve this joint service agreement. And again, the co-op is a partnership of 12 school corporations in Northeast Indiana, providing special education services throughout those 12 school districts for over 4,000 students. If they were a standalone school district, they'd be the largest school district of any of the 12 in the 4-county area. So we take advantage and have a partnership with the co-op, and they provide a lot of different services within our buildings. And so I would certainly recommend the board approve of these revisions for the joint services agreement.
Okay, at this time, I'll ask the board for a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Motion passes. Item H2, the 2025-2026 School Safety Specialist recommendations.
Our district safety director, Mr. Harrison, has provided a memo for school safety specialist. As the district safety director, he's requesting your approval of the list of school safety specialists for DeKalb Central Schools for the 25-26 school year. At the elementary level and at Country Meadow, we have Rosie Brandt, Colby Kane, and Taylor Tipton. At Watson, we have Austin Harrison and Ashley Sparkman. At McKinney Harrison, we have Justin Horde and Carrie Bennett. At Waterloo Elementary, Amanda Rice, Michelle Vince, and Melissa Smith. At the middle school, we have Carrie Weishart, Justin Rentschler, Zach Wampler. And at the high school level, we have Marcus Wagner, Andrew Bigelow, Reef Gilg, Jake Briley. And at the district level, myself, Lori Vaughn, Jeremy Heffelfinger, Cody Brown, and Josh Heffelfinger, which would include our 3 SRO officers. All the members of DeKalb Central Schools building administration teams and additional key support members will continue to be trained as school safety specialists. And I believe, if memory serves me correctly, Mr. Harrison, we far exceed the best practice that the state has in alignment for schools and districts across the state. So we have a large number of people that are trained here in our district, which is excellent for our buildings and our district as a whole. So I would just ask for the board's consideration to approve this list.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Item H3, the District Safety and Intervention Plan for 2025-26.
All right, Mr. Harrison's been very busy. Last month, he presented kind of a review and overview of our district safety initiatives over the past school year and things to look forward to moving into the future. And again, Mr. Harrison doing a great job of keeping us up to date on our safety and intervention plan. He's requesting the board to consider the safety and intervention plan for the 25-26 school year. The safety plan was attached for your review. And to remain compliant with state law and best practices, updates have been made, and I believe he was able to highlight those updates in yellow in the crisis plan. And of course, Mr. Harrison is here this evening and can answer any questions that you might have, but I certainly would appreciate the board's consideration to approve the plan as presented.
Okay, I'll ask the board if they have a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay. Thanks, Austin, for all your hard work. And I think we had, did you guys have the active shooter training already, or is that coming? Oh, okay, good.
Finished it up today, it went well.
Good.
We had a lot of DeKalb Central employees attend, but also just throughout the whole county. So it was a
Good. Well, thank you. Okay, any other discussion?
And Justin didn't get hurt this year, right?
Oh, that's right, last
Sorry,
year.
you couldn't resist.
Never gets old.
We're just here to remind you.
Stay with you for a long time.
Wow.
Okay,
Sorry, Justin.
okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, item H4, the 2025-2026 fundraisers.
Last month, I believe we brought to you for your attention the fundraisers for DeKalb Middle School from Mrs. Weishart. There's no board action to take. It's for informational purposes only, so that the board is aware of the types of things that are, a lot of fundraising, a lot of things to support. We do have the 4 elementary schools and DeKalb High School's list of fundraisers for your review as well and for your information, because I know out in the community, I'm sure you get a lot of questions about the things happening in our district. So those list of fundraisers and the dates in which they'll take place are there for your review.
Great, thank you, Steve. All right, that brings us to item H5, the 2025-2026 student handbook updates.
Referencing the documents that I sent to you early last week. This is the time of year when we take a look at our handbooks, and they're kind of a work in progress for a couple of months, and we take a look at them for several reasons. Number one, to revise, reflect, and see what we need to add or delete from our handbooks. But we do it this time of year also because the new laws come into effect on July 1. And so we need to make sure that our handbooks reflect new laws and the way that the laws are to be administered. And this year there were a couple that changed for us just a little bit. You probably noticed, and maybe not, but we just plugged in the brand new language. For us, it wasn't brand new because we were doing a lot of it from last year, but the attendance guidelines that the state put forth, there was a change there that we will fall in line with, and that's the same in all 3 handbooks. That's another thing that we tried to do this year, working with ISBA, coming up with some consistent language across all 3 elementary, middle, high school buildings, so that some of our policies are exactly the same as they move forward. We'll continue to look at that as we can. I think, when I ask the principals to take good looks at their handbooks, those handbooks are kind of their Bibles, and they want to be able to open those handbooks and reference them, and you get a little nervous if you don't maybe have something in your handbook that maybe you came across last year, and it's kind of my dress code theory, it changes every time a new fashion comes out, so we have to make sure that those handbooks serve their purpose for our administration, and I believe they do. Principals worked very hard on getting those revised and cleaning up, and I think they're a little bit smaller than they were last year, but we're going to keep working on that as we move forward. There is one change I would like to mention that will take effect in all 3 handbooks, and principals, I'll send you the verbiage so that you can update your draft, and then we can move forward with publishing. It's under the attendance guidelines, and it's under the excused absences, so it'll be on different pages in all the books, or I'd give you page numbers. We added the word a licensed Indiana physician, MD or DO, and then also a bullet point that says an advanced practice provider, nurse practitioner, or physician assistant under a physician's supervision. This falls under the guidelines of who we will accept excuse notes from. And that was an important addition, and Valerie, I thank you for noticing that. And this is actually the same language that's provided by the Indiana Department of Health under the vaccinations and immunizations. So clearly, we get information from all different sources. It'd be nice if it aligned, but it didn't. But now this particular language does. So there, like I said, the changes reflect laws that came into being and things that are required to be in handbooks. We were missing a couple of things, not major, but things that the government says we should have in our handbooks. So I feel good about them and ready to move forward if the Lord is.
Okay, at this time, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a
Fighting over
motion
it tonight.
and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I remember in the middle school when they used to pass out those Bibles
Yes, paper.
and paper, and then their students' passes were in the back. If you didn't have your handbook, you
And
couldn't
agendas and stuff,
couldn't
yes.
leave.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thankfully, we've progressed with the times, and the handbooks are online and available for anybody online. They're also on our district webpage, so,
Yes.
Cost savings.
cost savings.
That's right.
I'm sure that was a lot of reading, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of headaches and scanning word for word and looking for any modern things that we needed to adjust. So thanks for your time.
Well, I thank the principals because they put the time and energy in at the building levels to send it my way and take a look at them also. And I thank you for your review.
Yeah, I appreciated the reading material over the weekend. Yeah, but it was good, and there were some things that I found that I thought, we could align a little bit better, just so wording, but that's good. So thank you for your time and everyone's effort. All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay. Item H6, the athletic training teacher stipend.
Yes, bringing for Marcus Wagner at the high school. Rick Williams is one of our athletic trainers with OPS, and he is going to be teaching an athletic training course. We would like to compensate him again with a $4,000 stipend. He'll be teaching a 7th-hour class, right? 7th hour is Marcus. 7th hour, first semester, just one semester class. So $4,000 we'd like to compensate him for if the board would approve.
This time I'll turn to the board and ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, don't we have kids that help in the training room all year long, even though the class is over? Don't they kind of roll over into this winter, spring?
Some do, some don't. We used to have two sections of it, but just with numbers, we have 12 students that scheduled into it.
Right.
We used to have like 24. Rick has found just with all the spring weather delays, it's just easier to get all the students done first semester, and that's where they get their hours in with him. Fall is just a little bit easier to get that accomplished.
Right, okay. Thank you.
It's a valuable class, so I appreciate his effort in teaching and training our students. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Motion passes. Okay. Item H7, the DMS request for authorization to dispose of outdated, unusable uniforms.
Clearly, all of our building principals, this seems to be becoming a pattern,
Clean it
trying
house.
to free up some storage space. Middle school has gone through and found a bunch of surplus or outdated, unserviceable athletic uniforms, warm-ups, et cetera. They are requesting that they be allowed by the board to dispose of these responsibly, either by donations to charitable organizations, possibly recycling, or throwing in a dumpster if they're that bad. We have attempted to sell them, I believe, through fundraisers and things like that, and not having a lot of luck. So Mrs. Weishart would love to free up some closet space and things like that at the middle school, so I would ask the board to approve the disposal of these unused uniforms.
Okay. This time I'll ask the board if anyone has a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Sure. Maybe put them out on back to school night and say donation or free.
So we did that last year and the year previous, and we plan to do that again. We just wanted to make sure that.
Oh, yeah.
So it was to make it through.
Purge. Purge.
Good for the soul.
Theo, come on over, grab some.
You heard that. I'm coming.
Have anything you want.
Some memorabilia.
Does Weber still run the football league?
Rockets, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want to ask them if they want them for practice jerseys or anything?
We do, I know we are working with him with helmets as well right now.
Okay.
So I know Mr. Wampler's been working with him, so that's a great suggestion.
Unfortunately, the middle school jerseys don't hold the same as the high school jerseys.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't fit us anymore?
That's one thing. The sentimental part's not as heavy there.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, item H8, transportation auction recommendation.
Bringing this from Matt Vince, our Director of Facilities, also Nick Kumpfmiller over at the bus garage, and Danielle Mazur, the Transportation Director. We have a number of buses that are outdated, that are just sitting in our lot through the years. We have to obviously keep them insured. Some of the things with these 7 buses, you know, they have the older lap belts, they don't have the newer shoulder restraint. Obviously taking up a lot of space over in the bus garage, so we're looking to possibly start auctioning these school buses. Matt and I discussed it, and I think it's a good idea. If we do auction, we're gonna try 1 bus at a time. I've also asked Nick maybe to reach out to some of his cohorts. Are there any school districts around that possibly would have an interest in taking 7 school buses off of our hands that we are not using? But we did have pretty good luck on our last auction with a school bus. Matt has warned me, don't get your hopes up that we'll get that much money again, because these are all propane buses, and those are a tougher sell for people to have to fill up with propane as opposed to the diesel. But we're gonna use gov deals again and just try one and keep going. So I just asked,
How much did the last one go for?
I knew you were gonna ask that. Gee, I wanna say 5,000 or right at that.
It was a lot older though, right?
Matt, I think, is listening, so maybe he'll text me and I'll be able to tell you that. in the next few seconds. 6,000 or 7,000. So I can find that. I apologize for not having that. I should have had that, but it was more than, I remember we were happy that it was a lot more than we thought we were gonna get. And it was the bus that we had auctioned once, didn't get a high enough bid. We reran it and the better bid came in.
So you got some low mileage items on here. What's the age of the rest of the fleet that we're keeping look like? I guess that's where I'm having a gap in just making a decision here.
In terms of like what year?
Year and mileage, I mean, there's ones that only got 30,000 miles on it.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
And if we get $5,000 out of that, I don't know, I mean.
Yeah, and obviously, we do have the auction set up to where we don't have to accept a bid if we don't want to, but I'm with you. When I saw the list, obviously predates me into how we accumulated 7 buses not being used. I'm not sure of the history there. I just know that they're telling me they don't use the buses and they're sitting there. I want to make sure we keep a few on hand in case buses break down, but we have that without these 7. We have not put these buses through bus inspection in a couple of years. So
How does this fold into the lease plan and for the bus?
these are
agreement?
owned. These are not leased
Okay,
buses.
so these are not part of that?
Exceed the lease,
These were
yes.
probably some of the very first propane buses that the
That's my
school
guess.
district purchased.
That's what I was gonna ask too, if it was part of that.
I'm sorry?
Do we own any other buses?
No.
Or is everything?
Yeah, everything's gonna be on the cycle of leases at this
So
point.
this is the last of our,
Should be the last of the owned buses that I know of. I will verify that and
There were a
Let you
couple,
know.
yeah, please do. I
Yeah.
just-
there were a couple gas ones too, though. Were those owned or were those part of the lease?
said,
th- that were
those, I
not-
believe the gas ones are part of a lease, but I will verify everything.
There's no,
And I think we've kept those for longer trips
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
because make sure, because
diesel.
propane's not available everywhere.
and there's no rush on this. I mean, we can gather that additional information on the
Yeah.
entire fleet so you can compare the
Yeah,
other
we
buses
can
and
push this
mileage.
off to August if you
no
want.
Need to.
Timeline?
Yeah, I'm okay either way. I just wanted to understand the total fleet. Kind of might be a good time to rehash that bring that next month so we
I
understand.
absolutely will bring that.
It'd be a good educational space so people understand
Yep.
how many buses we do have in the fleet
Sure.
too. So.
You don't have to sell them to a school corporation, though, do you? You can sell
No.
them to personal.
Anybody can buy them.
Are you
In a few, Tony?
I might be.
There you go.
There's some people that make the smaller buses into party buses. but
Right.
I got a lot of friends, so I might need a bigger bus.
Call them up, tell them to bid.
Might be able to cut you a deal. All right, do we want to go ahead and vote on this now then?
I'm
or
okay
wait?
with it.
Yeah, we can vote on
Yeah.
that.
Sure, yeah, okay. All right, I'll ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes.
And Gina was correct. It was over, Matt did say it was over 6K, so right at that.
Okay, well, that was really speedy. That brings us to item I, which is miscellaneous, so I'll turn it to the board first.
Yeah, I brought my hard hat here for my prop for my miscellaneous pieces. For those of you who are out there in DeKalb County and don't know that we've got construction going on, maybe you should drive out. Don't wait till Labor Day when things are all done. You need to come by, drive slow. I'm recommending you go to your favorite ice cream place, wherever that is. Drive slowly around the school. You need to go around the backside by the bus garage. I know the bleachers aren't there. It's a little lonely out there because there's nothing there, but it's kind of cool knowing what's coming. So you can use your imagination as to what the new bleachers are gonna look like. Then that block building, that's concession, so if you're not sure, please take a look at the press box and the bleachers of the softball field if you haven't been out to the high school since January. It's nice. And then please go around, go through the old band parking lot, and then drive to the southeast corner where there's a nice white hill. That's where the new band marching area is. There's no manhole cover for them to march around, which is, I hear it was a hazard at the time, but things are moving along. I still want to know when that tower gets moved. I want to see that.
You'll hear,
Thank you.
you'll hear.
So I brought my construction hat. Thanks to these guys, things are moving on pretty quickly. So don't be surprised when you come out Labor Day weekend and go, wow, when did all this happen? Well, it happened all summer long. Back to school. Wow, part of the construction we're building for the future with the kids. So back to school, they're on the agenda. There are different times and different dates. So building the minds of tomorrow. So be ready. And the kids are going to be out on the streets like crazy. So they're going to be getting their last few weeks of playing. But once early August comes, hopefully they'll all be in buses and all excited, ready to go. So that's all I have. Things are happening.
Along with that, I think too, can we give the community an update on where we're at financially with the 23 and 24 bond, just roughly where we at on the spending process and project completion? And Matt put together a real nice letter on all the activities. There's a lot going on, which is fantastic. It's exactly what we hired that position for. So, but again, I think the community would like to hear where we're at on the project lists. We got 2 bonds open right now. Where are we at in completing the activities? 50% of the way, where are we at?
Yeah, financially, we're with the 2023 bond more than 50% of the way. We've made some big payments on Waterloo, which is getting ready to get buttoned up, which is the biggest portion of that bond project. We have about $5 million, a little more than $5 million left to spend on that one, of the 10, 11 million. 2024 bond, we're still in the early phases because obviously we're still doing early work. I have gotten a couple big ones from FCI and Dan Clayton for the bleachers themselves, so we've made a few payments there, but we're still sitting at a balance of about 13 million. I would also add that we still do have our project list update on the website, along with the bond registers that I give the board. I keep those updated on the website as well, so they can see real time what's being spent and where we're at.
Okay. And then, update on the, solar field. Your letter said that the lease was for $723,000 for the solar panels, and then LED lighting was another 200 something for LED.
Right,
lighting.
and I fine tuned that, and I did put in the board updates folder, as I said I would, I have an insurance update and I have the solar update folders, both in board updates for you.
Okay.
I made a Word file that listed your questions and I put my answers past it.
Oh. Good.
And then I also put we did have our preventative maintenance summary from PSG for solar. That's in there as well, so you can look at that.
That was gonna be one of my questions. Do we
Yeah.
have an outside maintenance group doing? Our
PSG, and that's in the sheet.
Yeah.
We just signed in 2024 a 5-year agreement with PSG for preventative maintenance. And it's tiered, obviously, so this year was $4,817, and like the last year is $5,500.
Does that include cleanings?
That's everything, yeah, anything that needs done. This last, if you do look at it, came back flawless. They're very happy with the conditions of everything. I have also requested from PSG, the one thing you cannot pick up from the electric bills is the actual output of the kilowatts, which I found strange. But it doesn't show, so they have to import that for me, and they typically send me a spreadsheet. As soon as I get that update, I'll share it with the board. I did see your email from yesterday. I assume you took that from the website.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
that.
just using the general numbers. from the
Correct. Yeah,
website.
there are updates on our website for solar as well.
Yeah, because again, it's really a cost avoidance, and I
Correct.
get that. However, and this is why the maintenance part to me is so important, the longer the panels last, then it becomes a cost savings.
Right.
Not just a cost avoidance. To the point where if we can get the panels to last, because typically they say 25 to 30 years. But if we can get 30 years out of those panels, the school overall, long-term, should save somewhere around $500,000.
Yeah, and that's where they
Over
were,
over 30 years.
the 30
but
years.
It's still $500,000.
Correct.
And so that's, to me, again, the maintenance piece is what will keep those. And I will say, whatever we've done maintenance-wise the last 3 years, if you look at the chart, there's an uptick
Right.
in the amount of kilowatts being generated. So whatever PM we have been doing has been helping.
Right.
And I'm sure the
Maybe some more sunny days.
last
too, who
few
knows?
weeks we've had doesn't hurt any.
Right.
Hey, Tony, in your analysis, did you include the interest that we're paying on that? Because it's over like
If you look
five,
at the
six hundred
email I
thousand.
sent, I said that pretty much the interest rate that we're being charged would be offset by the change in electricity costs, because if you go back to the beginning of 2019, the electric cost when you guys put it in was about 11.5 cents. And the average now is about 18.2.
Yeah, but what are we, we're not getting that full amount, are we?
Well, we
I'm
get
using
what
it
the electric company
Calculate the cost avoidance.
cost is.
Cost avoidance of us not having to buy kilowatts.
Our,
Just by what's being generated. It's about, we're cost avoiding about $45,000 in electricity cost. And our lease term without interest is about $36,000 a month.
right.
So year. I'm sure our interest rate's not costing.
$72,000 a year is what we're paying out.
As I look
For
at
our lease,
totality for
interest
Greg's
and
question,
principal.
But that included the LED lights, right?
That's the interest
No.
and principal altogether.
the totality of the bond, well, it's not bond, of the debt is going to be right at $1,057,000. Okay, $1,057,000 for just the solar component. I did my best to break it down by the cost. That, again, was a project before me. If you remember, I think Greg and Val were both on the board at the time. It was going to be solar at Country Meadow and Waterloo, and something happened with Country Meadow's site that it wasn't feasible. I don't know. But, so they scrapped the Country Meadow portion of solar and went with LED lighting updates. So that portion of the debt is for LED. So my best, I just took the payments and I took 75 to 76%, which was what the breakdown would be for solar, to come up with that number. We currently still owe about $678,000 on that. And we have about 24 more years of useful life out of the solar field.
Yeah, because we've avoided $274,000 in electric costs so far. And again, this is if electric costs don't go up, then they're gonna go up.
Right.
At 25 years, we'll have avoided 1.145 million, and at 30 years, we're at 1.374. So that's, again, that'll offset that, what was it, $1,035,000
Yeah,
or.
right.
But again, it's back to, we gotta get the life
Correct.
out of the panels.
Which is why we have
so
to keep that
maintenance has gotta
PM
be
Contract, absolutely.
maintained, so.
I did include also in the paper, just to see it, because it's good to see, in my opinion anyways, I obviously do my utility breakdowns. So I took Country Meadow and Waterloo, size schools, roughly the same square footage, Country Meadow's at 67.6, Waterloo's actually bigger at 71,000, roughly. And I included the electricity bill for Country Meadow and Waterloo for each year from 19, when we started the solar project, to the present. And you see sizable differences, like at Country Meadow in 2024. It's embarrassing, I put my glasses on, sorry.
LEDs will make a big impact.
70,000.
We spent about 70,000 and Waterloo spent about 38,000. So you can see it right there that solar has saved. I'm with, I understand what Greg is saying as well, how much it's going to be over the life. Is it worth it? That's a discussion for you guys. This was before me. I don't know. I know solar's a hot topic in our area.
Well, it comes
But-
down to life. It comes
Right.
down to the life of the panels, right? So, and where they put them at Waterloo, we weren't using that ground.
Right.
It was just overgrowth, so, not a major problem. But again, it comes back to, we gotta maintain the system we have to get as much life out of it as we can, because if it doesn't make 20 years, then we really lost our shorts, so. But right now, it looks like it's moving its way up.
Right.
And unfortunately for us, I'm assuming that DeKalb is with NIPSCO.
Not all of DeKalb.
Not all.
Well, yeah, but here in Waterloo, definitely. are.
Yes.
Most expensive electricity there is in the state. So, but no, it's good.
Then on the insurance update for your other one,
Yep.
I met with Brown and Brown, Melissa, myself, Gina met with Brown and Brown for like an update. They gave us a 12-month rolling sheet to show over the last 2 years where we are. June is the 6-month piece, which is what you were asking for. They're supposed to have that to me next week. I will share that data as well when I have the 6-month breakdown.
Do we have any idea, just by looking at the financials, are we somewhat
We're
close to where we were at, or
well,
are we lower than?
One of my questions for you, one of your questions was the overall program savings.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what you want there.
Well, that would be your discount savings from.
The discount is
from
going to
one
remain the
plan-
same.
From one plan to the other.
Allied and employee plans are 2 TPAs, Allied Purchased Employee Plans. Our discounts will remain the same, so we should, and I asked him to put that together for next week, but our discount theoretically should remain the same over time, because it's the same
If I'd
discount.
gone with Blue Cross Blue Shield, we would have been.
Anthem uses Allied, which the TPA determines that discount for us through Anthem. Anthem uses the same system. So the discount should theoretically be the same, but they are going to supply that for me. I would say the three of us were pretty happy with our meeting. Allied started out a little rocky. I think it was due to them, they acquired employee plans, and must have been a major learning curve for them. So we went through, kudos to Gina and Melissa, because once it got past the approval process of you for making the change, it dropped right into their laps, and I was I was on the outside looking in, so I heard a lot of the complaints, just the struggle with communications, and I believe that Allied has righted the ship, so to speak. Obviously everything comes down to how many claims you're gonna have, what our employees are doing. So that's what makes things hard to make a true comparison, but I can pull, I think I put in my notes for you. I'm happy to pull a couple of things.
Comparing the administrative costs.
Exactly.
And then, again, I've always compared discounts, because just like you said, you don't know if you're gonna have 10 million in claims or
Right.
4 million in claims, and you can't control that. So
Right.
I would suggest that you guys get a hold of Pete Kemp. Pete Kemp now is in charge of professional services at, Angola Hospital. Cameron, thank you. Cameron Hospital. They have a new program that they are trying to launch, and it's associated because now they have their own pharmacy. It's again for employers, and I know they're in Angola, but they have a program where they'll actually bring your prescriptions for your employees to your employment. And they have promoted some drastic savings where, especially diabetic medication, you could go from 200 plus a month to $20 a month in actual disbursements from the employees. Pete's the one that's driving it out of Cameron, so he can tell you more about it and he can get more specific. But he's working with a group called True Scripts, which is who we use for prescription medications, and they're driving those programs together. It's some special program that they qualified for as they put in their new pharmacy services about 2 years ago. And they've been able to save a lot of people a lot of money. So,
Okay.
again, I would just suggest you get a hold of Pete. Pete can tell you more about the details.
All right, thank you. Does anyone else have anything?
Yeah, I have two items. First off, just follow up on credit card usage for the last 5 years. When do we present that data? And I'd like to understand what all kinds of rewards we get. So when will we get that?
I looked into, and I assumed it would come up in this Lance. It's pretty simple for me to explain. I did pull our credit card costs or what we've paid out expense-wise by credit card. In the years, like in 2022, we spent about $147,000 on credit card expenses, but charges, not
Yeah.
expenses for the credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, sorry. 2023 was about 80,000. 2024 was 68,000. So we're going down. We're trying to use credit cards less and less. And it's my opinion, as I talk to the AP girls in the back, credit cards can be a nightmare sometimes if people don't get their receipts in, things like that. I mean,
Not
they
sometimes.
get the statement, and imagine, I mean, anybody at home getting their credit card statement, having to go through every single transaction on a credit card to find receipts and things like that. So I have really, tried to get away from credit card spending as much as I have. We are with Lake City right now. We do earn like 1 point, they say, per dollar spent. There are some better options out there. I've looked. It's just, you know, I mean, we can get up to 3% on all cash back if we go with an outside entity. I'm just trying to weigh, and I'm happy to have a discussion of it, going away from our primary bank, you know, that treats us pretty well interest rate wise and things like that. You know,
Again, the question, the ask was to get the numbers and present the data of that. So when, the question is, when are we gonna see the data that you
what
just read
data,
off?
I'm sorry, I must
The
have misunderstood.
credit card spend for the last 5 years, total credit card spend for the last 5
Oh,
years. That's what I
okay.
asked for.
Okay.
So if I get that, please, and then,
I just gave you the last 3, I'll get the next 2.
oh yeah, that's fine. Just present it, please. Just
Yep.
send it to us. Not a heavy lift. And then again, subscriptions, we need to look at your subscriptions, see if we can leverage anything there on subscriptions. So, again, those are easy ways to save a lot of money. And if you have a credit card that's simply subscriptions, you know it's coming, so it shouldn't be a big lift for the team. So those are the asks there. Any questions on that?
I just want to clarify what you mean by subscriptions, because that can mean a lot of things in our world.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of recurring expenses, correct? Subscriptions, IT expenses, software expenses, that
So
type
just
of thing.
recurring payments monthly or
Yeah.
annually or semi-annually.
So you get recurring payments, and you get a credit card that comes out of that, and you know that the only thing on that is recurring expenses. And if you have a 3% savings, then you save 3% every month on all the subscriptions you process through that. That's money, that's straight to your bottom line. So that's kind of what the ask is. I hope
Okay.
that's clear. Last thing is, on the cybersecurity front, and I'm sorry, Mr. Jones, I know this is not you, but do we still have passwords for emails on file at HR? If we do, we need to stop that immediately. That is a cybersecurity risk. You're putting yourself out there. You got to treat your email passwords as a service announcement. Email passwords like your ATM. There's over $3 billion in sales or in revenue lost every year to email fraud. And you open yourself up to risk. I mean, some bad actor could create a social media account in your name and you'd have no idea. So it was a practice. I'm saying if it is, I urge everybody to email the IT department, ask for a one-time password, and change your password. And that's my public service announcement for security. Thank you.
And she did, if you didn't hear, we do not save those. So it's not
It was
an
a practice
issue.
at one time. I'm just validating.
It's not now.
It's not anymore.
So we're
Okay,
good.
and if it is, I'm just presenting a public service announcement to our employees that have a DeKalbCentral.net email.
If this, not an IT guy, so I'm not asking a stupid question. If the school doesn't have the password, how do you eliminate the email in the future if someone leaves?
That's the personal password. There's an administrative password that
Oh,
can
okay, all
activate and
right.
deactivate emails and
Okay.
control all that. I mean, they could
I
also
said-
forward emails to everybody and things like that too.
Great. Anything else from you? Okay. All right, how about
good, yeah.
administration? Ms.
I
Lady?
would just share that, school's right around the corner. We have a lot of things happening now, but next week we have kindergarten orientation on Monday. We have freshman orientation on Monday. We have sixth grade orientation on Tuesday. We have in-person registration. That's narrowed down to 1 day on the 22nd, starting at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. to help hopefully accommodate for parents' work schedule, giving them some daytime, but also in the evening hours as well. So it'll be here before you know it. I did provide a copy of my welcome back letter to staff. Our days starting the school year are a little bit different this year. We do have a guest speaker that needed accommodated for, so we are kind of switching the schedule a little bit. So Tuesday, August 5th in the morning, we'll be at the high school in the auditorium. So certainly an open invite to all board members if you want to attend and hear an inspiring message to start our school year. That would be a great opportunity for you. But a letter for you to read through, and if you have any questions on any of that, please let me know.
Just a couple things, referencing my board update. I hope I don't bore you with the review of the title grants, but until you've done them for 100 years, sometimes you forget what they're about. But there's been a lot of talk in the news and publicly and in your memos about the federal grant funding being cut or eliminated completely. And I just wanted to let you know, I wanted to put a dollar amount if, from last year's allocations. We do not have this year's allocations yet. Those usually come the end of June, no later than July 1, because we've already had to do the pre-application, so we're kind of shooting in the dark. But based on what our total allocations for last year for the four major Title I, Title II, III, and IV, Title I, of course, is the largest, but the total amount was $632,000. And that's a lot of money. And right now, the general consensus down south is we're either going to lose it all or get it all. I kind of would have gambled on possibly getting at least Title I funding, which is our biggest and probably most important. But this is what I'm hearing. And so we have no news. I have no news about it, whether or not we're going to see it, or if we are, how soon it's going to happen. So we're kind of in a holding pattern with that. I wanted to let you know that because there is a lot of chatter about it.
Lori, is that for the 2026 calendar year?
That's
Is that-
for this, the way they break it, they'll say 25, 27, but this would be for this 26, 27. And like Title III is an 18-month grant, so that would take that into 28.
Oh, so this is over 18 months.
It could be, not Title I. Title I is annual, Title II is annual. Title IV swings, I think, 6 months, and so does Title III.
So have we received any of the 2025 money?
We've received everything that we're going to get with
So-
carryover, yes.
So is that part of the 632,000 or the?
No.
632,000 is what we're not gonna get?
632 would, 632, I'm sorry, yes, it was. That's what we received total. Our total allocations now waiting for the new ones total to 632. Our new amounts are yet to be seen.
Okay. So
The
is-
formulas are in there. Again, they could touch the formulas too. The poverty ratio formula, that would be shocking to me if they touch Title I like that. But we're just in a wait and see pattern. And despite that, I also shared some good news that I'd like to share publicly. And thanks to our elementary curriculum director, the elementary teachers, principals, we had the best scores on iRead 3 this year that we've ever had in the history of iRead 3. And that is due to getting outside of our boxes, thinking about things a little differently, meeting kids where they are, not where we'd like to be, and really making a difference in the way that we prepared and administered the testing. And so it was really, when they first announced it last year that they were going to retain children, you know, the vision was, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And the domino effect for that is huge. But boy, I tell you, everybody rose to the occasion. Students experienced great success. Parents were happy. The kids, believe it or not, understand or understood the ramifications, and some of them were scared to death that they were going to, you know, because all they heard was, if you don't pass it, you're going to retain. That was the message coming from the state. So we had a lot of happy kids and happy teachers and happy principals, and very proud of those results.
Thank you for sharing that update, because that was a very positive one.
That's all I have.
Mark, did you have anything?
I don't want to put him on the spot, but we do have our new IT director in the house. I saw a few people go up to him. Craig Jones is on staff now, started the job, digging in deep.
Welcome to the circus.
Thanks for being.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and I'm happy to be here and excited to see what comes.
Good.
Mark, is the title money in the budget as revenue?
No.
Okay, all right. And then I got one last request. It's an easy one. Can somebody turn the sprinklers on to the baseball diamond so we can have the infield grass not die?
Yeah, I'm sure Matt Vince just heard that. He'll probably on his way back right now, turning them
He'll
on.
be there well, he's at the lake now, so it'll be 20 minutes
Oh,
now.
that's true.
And even if we just water at night?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what past practice has been there, honestly, but I don't know, we have our AD here as well, so. Yeah. I didn't mean for past practice. I meant,
I'm sure Matt's on it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure Matt is.
absolutely.
Spend all that money. You've got- Like, keep it nice.
Keep it green.
Yeah. Outfield, not so much, but infield, definitely,
Got all green.
so.
Okay. I did not have anyone sign up from the audience, but if anyone would like to share anything or has anything to say, please feel free. Okay, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Woods. She's here tonight and we just approved her. So, welcome to DeKalb. We're happy to have you here.
Welcome back,
Oh, welcome back, yes.
Welcome back.
ex-student.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. All right, well, at this time, I will read into the minutes that we will have an executive session following this meeting, immediately after this meeting. And then our next Facility and Operations Advisory Group meeting is, I didn't write that down.
I got it here.
Yeah, I can get it.
Okay. I'll move on to the special board meeting on August 1st here at Central Office at 7:00 a.m. And then our next regular board meeting will be August 19th here at Central Office at 6:00 p.m.
Facilities is August 7th at 6 PM here in the boardroom.
It's August 7th.
Yes, Thursday, August 7th, 6 PM.
7 a.m., right?
6 PM.
So
August 7th, that's the first, sorry.
The first is
Now you're messing
the,
me up.
Facilities, yeah.
No, that's August 1st.
Busy month in August.
yes, August is busy. All right, at this time, I'll ask the board, motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Hey, Tony,
Me, Tony?
either one. You'll be interested as well. Matt texted, the irrigation system is broken.